Well, I've sanded it down, the complete shell, with the 220, and it's looking pretty good. Everything looks smooth, and any of the heavy sanding is gone with it. And the seam looks pretty good here. Should be quite a nice shell when it's finished. Not sure what kind of finish I want to put on it. These cracks seem to be pretty solid. I don't really see them protruding through the inside. It looks like someone had something screwed on the inside here, and that's what cracked it. So I don't know, maybe they had a one of those heaters they used to put in for calf heads back in the old days, just to keep the heads warm when they were playing or whatever. So that's just part of history with this thing. We'll do what we can with it. So I'm going to hit it with some 280 and then some 320 and maybe 400. We'll get this thing to where it's ready for a finish. I do want to sand the inside because it looks like someone has stained it with some mahogany stain on the inside, and I really don't like it. So I want to bring that back, but I don't want to take too much off. So if it looks like it's going to be a big deal, I don't want to take a bunch of wood off of it. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, be back. Okay, so I've gone around this shell with 320 grit sandpaper. I change the paper about every 2 panels. That's a panel. That's a panel. And it's really smooth. If you were blind and you put your hand across here, you would never feel the dowels where they are. So it's not quite ready for a lacquer finish yet, or stain if one preferred that too, but I think I'll go to 400 and then 500 to get it really smooth. And then I thought I'd give you a little history on this drum. In one of our local music shops here in Phoenix, I go in there periodically and just give it a look-see. And this thing was sitting there with triple flange hoops on it, and then basically the way you saw it with the tube lugs and everything, like a pearl throw off, I think. And I just kind of looked at it and went, yeah, right. I really didn't give it much thought. I didn't even think about that it was 10 lug. I thought it was probably 8 lug. So I didn't give it a whole lot of thought, you know, when they've been bastardized like this. You don't really take it in totally in, because I usually like things really original. But anyway, so I looked at it a few times, and every once in a while I'd go back and it'd still be sitting there. And a couple months went by, and I asked the guy what he'd take for it, and he came up with $200. And I thought, well, you know, that butt plate alone and that tone controller are easily worth $200. So I still passed on it. I think I waited about another 3 weeks or something, and it kept gnawing at me. And so I went back, probably pretty much thinking that it was going to be gone, and it was still sitting there. And so I tried to get him to go down a little more, but he wouldn't do it. So I gave him the $200. And then I got it home and I started taking it apart and noticed that it was 10 lugs, and started doing a little bit of research on it. And before I knew it, it was, you know, it was this artist model, Slingerland. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty cool drum. So it's been sitting around here for about, I don't know, half a year or so. And In my other videos, you've probably seen it sitting around back there, but we're finally getting to it, and it's coming along nice. And I've got this other artist model. This is around the same period, but this is an 8 lug solid maple. I think it's about 6 5/8 solid maple shell, 8 standard Slingerland streamline lugs. Beautiful drum. And as you can see, the lacquer's just flaking off of it. And I was almost thinking while I was sanding over there, I thought, well, maybe I'll just hit this area with 400 and see what I think about a Restomod rat rod look. And so, I don't know, tell me what you guys think. Would that look good all the way around it with all the parts on it? Would that be kind of cool? I mean, we see all these drums that are all perfect and everything, but maybe this would be a good candidate for a Restomod rat rod look. I don't know, just an idea. We'll be getting to this drum soon, but just thought, anyway, drop a comment down below, see what you think about that, and I'll make up my mind on that one. I got a while to go, so okay, we'll be back. Right, so I've sanded this shell with 400. It's getting real smooth, but I'm going to go 500 on it next and give it a real good going over. But I've been testing some stains. I've got lots of stains here, and I think I used about 8 different ones. Now this is, okay, granted, this is on oak, which is not what that shell is. That shell is maple, but this is what I had for a test board. And I don't care for the dark finishes. This natural one here is appealing to me, and this one's pretty good. It's kind of a yellowy, honey mapley look. And there's another natural one, this Watco stuff. It's really nice stuff. That's it, natural. That's teak oil. That's teak oil. That is appealing to me. That might be a good one. And then I've got this English oak. It's okay. Anyway, just kind of testing the waters on these stains, but I think I'm going to probably go with this Watco. What is this one? Teak oil. You have to wait like 72 hours between letting it dry and then putting a clear coat, because I'm going to be putting a clear nitrocellulose lacquer on it. So anyway, that's just another inside baseball moves I'm making here. So just thought I'd give you an update on how to do that, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I did go over the shell with a 500 grit, and I decided on this Minwax Colonial Maple, which is this finish roughly. It's kind of hard to make out, but we're going to check out how it turned out. I thought it turned out pretty evenly and pretty nice. And of course it'll look different with a clear coat on it, but I think it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty close to what was on it when I bought it, so, which wasn't bad. Not sure what I'm going to do with the inside of the shell. I'm expecting some sanding disc for my oscillating sander, which I don't know if you're familiar with the oscillating sander. It's got like triangle shaped discs that go on there, different grits, and that's probably a little better for the inside here. But maybe I'll try a small spot. I'm not really that concerned about it. I'll clean it up a little bit. Mainly I'm going for the kind of a violin, double bass, cello look where, you know, a 100-year-old instrument gets some repairs. You can always see the repairs. We're not trying to hide anything, just trying to solidify it and make it look, you know, good again and a little stronger. So that's the look I'm going for here. Looks pretty nice. So I'll get back with you on this. We're going to probably throw some nitrocellulose lacquer at it in a little bit. All right, check with you back. Okay, we're going to spray some lacquer on the shell. This is the first tack coat. Give that about 5 minutes to dry, and then we'll hit it again. Another coat. There's my cat. That's Lucky Boy. Whoops, we had a little technical problem there. The battery went out on it, I guess, so no big deal. You didn't miss much. Okay, so there's about 6 coats on there. This is not the finished coat by any means, because I like to wet sand it. Now I'll get all the, what you call, orange peel off of that finish. I don't think there's too much, but I always like to give it a good, you can kind of see the orange peel, the wavy look to it. So I'll get that off of there, let this dry a good day, maybe more. And this is the product I use, Beelan. You can get it on eBay. It's you know, stringed instrument lacquer, and I use this gloss brilliant. I like a shine. And I use a special lacquer thinner, which is, I don't know, it's premium lacquer thinner. I don't know if it's any better, but that's what I use. So that's going to do it for this video. And I'll bring you in when I'm done, or when I'm ready to show you what I've got here. I'll probably do a wet sand, and then I'll bring you in. Okay, well, I appreciate all you guys chiming in, and I got some more subscribers. That's cool. So if you want to ask me any questions, it's perfectly fine. And just subscribe so I know that you're there and you're interested in this content. And you know, put a thumbs up there, man. And we'll check you in a bit. Shouldn't be too much longer, and I'll be cleaning these parts and getting this thing all together, and we'll move on to a new project. Okay, till then, take care.